Okay,
Doing great. How are
great. How
you?
are you doing? Good, good, good. Just
Awesome.
finished up in the office and yeah, excited to have this talk before lunch. Um, I would love for you to introduce yourself to those who are watching, and then we'll go into a little bit about what you started and why and what your hope
Absolutely.
is and stuff like that.
Absolutely. First of all,
So,
thanks for having me
um,
on your Insta Live. And I am a menopause coach. And kind of the rationale for providing this service is I was a corporate marketer for years and years, selling lots of things to people. But then I kind of realized I wanted to have more purpose in my life and wanted to give back and serve others. And going through my own menopause journey, I realized what a challenge it is, what a struggle women go through. There's so much information out there, it's hard to make sense of it and understand what's right for you. And is this normal? Am I going crazy? What symptoms should I be having? And so I really wanted to embark and really help women and provide coaching to them to understand, what is normal for menopause? What are their symptoms? What could their journey look like? What are the treatment options available? Whether it be going to a really great gynecologist like yourself and, looking for a NAM certified professional, or it be other holistic therapies. It could be diet, it could be exercise, it could be sleep and hydration. It could be you want to do hypnotherapy, just providing them with an array of options so they can explore what is right for them and customize, their journey to make sure that they can live the best life possible and really thrive during menopause.
yeah. Yeah, that is so great. I think, as I said before to someone, this is the year of menopause. I mean, everyone's talking about it,
Yes,
right?
yes,
From
it's
New York
everywhere.
Times and the Wall Street Journal, and we haven't really talked much about it at all for decades. And even still today, a lot of women don't really want to talk about it. I think people may talk about it with their friends, and they are afraid to really bring it up to their GYN. There's a lot of misinformation, a lot of about hormones and different treatments. There's news, and then
Yes,
there's a lot of fake
yes.
news as well on social media. There's a lot of like gimmicks, and a lot of women are also being scammed into things that promise
Sure.
relief for menopause. But I think the bottom line is women really want to talk about it, and I think as a society, we are finally
Yeah, no,
like
I think
starting
it's
this
so great that so
conversation,
many celebrities have
which is
come
really
out and talked about it openly because I think menopause has really had a stigma. It's about our sexual health, it's about our biology that's very intimate. And the more women can open up and kind of understand that if they share this with other women, they're probably feeling a lot of the same things. Or if they can share their symptoms with their doctor or other care providers, they're likely to get better treatment if they can go in and have comfortable, informed conversations. And so part of my mission is to really destigmatize the topic and really help people feel comfortable talking about it so that they can get the treatment they deserve and the information that they need to manage this journey successfully. I know it's a hard time for women because not only is menopause a lot for us physically, mentally, cognitively, but it's a sign of us aging, us getting older. And that's a hard realization, I think, for a lot of them to come to. But I think the hope I'd like to give women and the motivation is that, once you can get past the symptom mitigation, you can get to the other side and really have a great wisdom and clarity and purpose that you've never had before. It's a really wonderful time to take stock of what you need as an individual. We're so used to, as women, giving to others and helping others, but now what do you need? How do other people support you? And how do you want to redefine the second half of your life? So I think it can be a really empowering message, and I'm just so happy that people are talking more about it. Matter of fact, I received my training in the UK. They are very far forward in terms of women's health and talking about menopause, I think, versus here in the States. And they've made huge progress.
yes. Tell us a little bit about some of the things that they're doing there, because I know when we first met and talked, you were really inspired by like, oh, well, they were doing all these
Yes,
things. Like, what are
exactly.
we
So I think
doing?
there's been a lot
You know?
more press. I mean, again, like you said, New York Times, Wall Street Journal, Fortune, Oprah, everybody's coming out here now, but it's been more years there that this has been happening. And Parliament actually is creating legislation to better enable people at work to receive support and make sure companies are giving accommodations to people in menopause, just like they do when you're going out for a pregnancy or when you're coming back from giving birth. They, provide the time and space, sick days, more flexible time. It may be that you need to have a cool fan by your desk, whatever it may be that you need. I think it's important not only to have a conversation, with your care providers and your family and your friends, but also your work environment to let them know what you're going through. And I think that's something the UK has really promoted, is more open conversation. So I got my training as a menopause coach from an organization called Menopause Experts Group in the UK. And that's what they do. They just train people to be coaches and help women like I'm doing here. Likewise, I'm affiliated with an organization called Menopause Cafe. And they're a nonprofit that provides free open forums for women to talk amongst themselves and share their journey, and again, destigmatize the topic and just feel like they're not alone. Like there's other people here who are facing some of the same constraints and challenges, and we're here to help and just tell you what's worked for us and help guide you on your journey. So I'll be offering a free menopause session coming up, just informational session, as well as a menopause cafe in September. You can go to menowar.net and get all the information about those events.
Yeah, that's great. And I know one of the things I believe you were also saying is you talk to couples as to the changes that a woman is going through. And I think that is also so important, because at this stage, I see a lot of like marriages falling apart, a lot of families just falling apart because people are not understanding, like, well, this is like a real thing. And, I need to support mom, I need to support my wife, whatever, going through this. And women need a little
100%.
extra during that
100%.
time. And like you said, always
Yes.
given. Now it's our turn to be supported. And so I'd
Yeah.
love to
Just
hear
talking
your
about,
thoughts on that.
women being vulnerable and asking for help. Again, we are the women who take care of our family members, our older parents, our children. And you know what? Sometimes we need help too. So again, it's being open and asking other people to take on more so that you are not feeling so stressed out and you're able to focus on yourself. But couples are really important, because I think the woman's going through menopause. A husband can never, or a partner can never understand everything that's going on in our bodies. But if they become more educated about what the symptoms are, how they manifest, that it's not personal. We kind of rage at you or get upset or irritable. It's really the hormones that are at work and really changing our composure, and just be a little more understanding and give us a little latitude. And they should get educated too. So I'm going to be writing more about this on social media and blogs. And I also provide couples counseling, so that not only can the woman understand her symptoms and her journey, but the partner can support her in that as well and understand better what she's going through, so they can stand alongside her and provide the love and support that she needs.
Mhm. Right. And oftentimes it is a period of transition. And then, like you said, you come on the other side and you're so much better and have more clarity and just are able to move on to a different phase of your life. This is not an ongoing thing for, 20 years. So tell me a little
Yeah,
bit
so
about the name
it was a
Menopause.
very mindful choice. I mean, obviously the meno connotes menopause, but the Portuguese manivore is this really beautiful sea creature, almost like a jellyfish, that is translucent, has beautiful colors, and it floats on the ocean with this gas-filled bladder in its body. And it has this beautiful fin on top and these tentacles down beneath the water where it can actually paralyze its prey. So the reason why I chose this was the parallels to women in menopause. I mean, obviously, we're all like beautiful creatures, and we need to like really embrace, the aging process and who we are today. It's, providing resources to help you sail through menopause. Again, it won't be easy. There'll be challenges, there'll be ups and downs. And when you think you've got the formula right, all of a sudden things will change. So you got to constantly keep pace and swim across that ocean, but keep the energy up and know that there is a better side. And again, the tentacles is like, okay, we need to get our care providers and get everybody in our arsenal to help us with this, transition. So it may be a gynecologist, it may be an acupuncturist, it may be a nutritionist. And actually, we together are forming this menopause mastermind of experts that are helping women in all kinds of disciplines in this space, so that we can provide a repertoire of care regardless of what you need. We're here to help you in your journey and make sure that you can thrive. So that's the relationship to the name, but it connotes a lot of really positive things about the menopause journey and the woman's process through that.
Yeah. I was just thinking when you said gynecologist or acupuncturist,
Yes,
nutritionist, it's
yes.
actually probably all of the above, right? Like, because there's so many things that are going on and so many ways to tackle all of the changes. And the more equipped you are, the faster and better you feel. I think one of the sad things that I see in the office is women who come in saying, "Oh, I've been feeling this way for 6 years. I've been feeling this way for 7 years.
Yes.
Can you help me?" And it's like 6, 7 years of your life where you've been feeling so poorly, when we could have really done a lot,
Yeah, yeah.
right
No, I
away.
think
And
it's a
so
great point. We
that's,
women sometimes suffer in silence, and we can be martyrs. And you don't have to suffer. You should seek care. That's why I want to help women and empower them to really speak up for themselves. I mean, keep notes about what symptoms you're facing and how often and the severity and the frequency. And again, like, you deserve help, and don't feel like you have to go this on your own, whether it
yeah,
be just support of other women,
yeah.
the support of a coach, the support of a doctor. You deserve to have people alongside you, and don't feel like you have to suffer in silence and just suck it up, because there are a lot of really important ways in which you can feel better. So take power and try to help yourself.
Yes. Yes. And Jules Lewin says everyone understands when women are moody from pregnancy hormones, but not menopause. That's right. I mean, we pay so much attention to pregnancy. It's almost expected. Oh, yeah, she's, mad at me, or she's yelling at me, or she's
Yeah,
moody
yes.
because, oh, yeah, she's pregnant. It's
Oh,
all the hormones.
and
Well, it's kind of the same thing,
many times
right?
over. I mean, I kind of joke a lot. Men have one single kind of major hormonal event in their life, and that's, puberty. We women, we go through puberty, and then it's like every single month after that. And then we have, if you're having children, the birthing process, you could have postpartum, and then menopause lasts on average 7 years. So I guess another thing, back to your point about don't suffer in silence, is, hey, this is not going to go away in a flash. So you might as well get it right when
Yeah.
it first starts occurring. And like you tell me, but it's never too early to start treating the symptoms of perimenopause. If you're starting to feel hot flashes or
Yeah.
brain fog or cognitive issues, go seek help early so you can try to mitigate
Yeah.
those and live a healthier, happier life. I think another thing about just treating, hormone therapy, again, everybody makes their own choices, but hormone therapy can not only mitigate the symptoms, but also can affect your long-term health, your cardiovascular health and other body
Absolutely.
symptoms. So it's important not to just to treat the symptoms, but change your lifestyle, change your diet, address the symptoms so that you can really thrive for a very long time.
Absolutely. I just had a patient this morning who said, "Oh yeah, I started having hot flashes at 38," and I would mention it to people, and they would just kind of laugh. And but now she's like, "Oh, looking back, like I
Oh
really
yeah.
started perimenopause then," and so it can really
Which is
start,
a shock to
as in
many
mid 30s
women.
to late
Yeah, they think
30s,
like that's
which we
the
don't
key
expect.
fertility period.
It is. It is. I mean, yes, and it is rare. It's rare that people start that early, but
Yeah.
there are people that start that early. So if you are one of them, make sure you bring this up with your physician, menopause coach, so you can actually get plugged in and take charge of it and start treating those symptoms and
Absolutely.
issues much earlier. So I love that you're in the La Miranda area. So this is, I know you have a hyper focus on being local, but do you also work with
Yeah,
women and
so I
couples throughout the
can be
country? How does
completely
that work?
virtual. So, Zoom's a great tool to connect with anybody anywhere, whether it be across the country or even different parts of the world. So I'm available to any and all. I do love just personally to connect with people live if there's an opportunity. So I'm available to meet in person, but yeah, anybody can sign up for coaching, and I can do it any time of day, from the comfort of your own home and the privacy of your own home. So it makes it really flexible.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so
So where can people find
menowar.com.
you?
It's menowar. Sorry, .net. I keep saying .com because it's so automatic, but it's .net. So just make note of that. And again, there's a lot of information there that can help you through your menopause journey and just ground you in the basics. But you can also register for my 2 events that I mentioned, or schedule coaching. So really open and available to anybody. And again, happy to help with husband or partner therapy, small groups. If there's a group of girlfriends or 2 friends that want to talk about it together, I'm incredibly flexible, just really to meet, every woman where she's at and help her best I can.
That's wonderful. I mean, I really haven't come across anybody who's a menopause coach, so I'm just so excited that you're here and you're in this community, and really for anybody throughout the world who wants to, use your services. And I'm glad that, you're just a champion for women to take care of themselves, and give their bodies and minds the attention, they need.
Yeah,
So
I just have to give
thank
you a
you so
little
much,
color
Allison, for
out
coming
because,
on.
again, not every gynecologist is a menopause expert. So it's really important that you find somebody who specifically has training in menopause. I mean, you could speak better than I, but I've read that, medical residents, only about 20% of them actually have curriculum in menopause. And so there's an opportunity, I think, for more to get educated. And so always try to find a NAM certified physician if you have the flexibility, but make sure you're surrounding yourself with people who are experts in this phase of life with the symptoms that we're facing, because a lot of people aren't. And so it's just finding the expertise that you need.
That's a great point. Thank you. I mean, there's so much information that is changing as well in medicine. Like, you just even with hormones, oh, it's good, oh, it's bad, oh, it's good. There's all these new studies that are coming out. And like you said, not everybody is keeping up with the latest. And so the North American Menopause Society has an exam that you take and you get certified to be a NAMS certified menopause practitioner, which I am. But they do have a directory as well, wherever you are in the country.
No, it's a great resource, and there's great information on that site as well. So a good one just to, bookmark.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you so much. And if anyone has any questions, feel free to post it at the end. We'll get back to you. And thank you so much for spending the last your lunch hour with us.
Awesome.
And
Thanks for having me.
we'll
Great
be
to
in
be here.
touch.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay.